OnlyFans, the app that redefined working from home. Forget Zoom meetings and freelancing gigs. This one is log in, take off your clothes, and then let capitalism do the rest. But let's be honest, when you hear OnlyFans, what comes in your mind first? It's not cooking tutorials or some yoga classes, nope. And I know you're capping if you say that. You're picturing something spicier, aren't you? If Instagram is where people flex, then OnlyFans is where they undress, if you know what I'm saying. And making bank while doing it. It's actually like genius if you think about it, because let me ask this question. This question is for the ladies. Would you either work a 9-to-5 job for 40 years or make the same salary in 40 minutes by showing your feet online? And here's an even better thing about it. I want to put you on game real quick. You don't need talent, degrees, or even a resume anymore to do all this. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and body parts that people are willing to pay for, right? Which put guys on a disadvantage. You don't even have to be dressed completely. There are lonely, desperate men out there willing to pay and empty their life savings just to see a pair of tits that aren't his mom's. Even if they have a bra on, he's still willing to empty his bank account for that. You know, it's like Tinder. You know the app Tinder, but this time every person has to subscribe before they even get a glimpse of your profile picture. But like a man scared to look at his girlfriend's notifications, we just have to admit, OnlyFans has created this weird paradox, right? On the one hand, it's empowering. Women are like, I'm owning my own body, my choices, and my income. Yes, girl. But on the other hand, is it empowerment or is it just rebranded desperation? Is it really empowerment or is it online prostitution? Is it empowerment or is it an excuse to be a hoe? Like, congratulations, you're a modern entrepreneur, but your product it's you. Don't get me wrong, I'm my own product too, right? You watch me, you enjoy me, you watch my content because it's me. But it's different with OnlyFans though. I'm not here advertising my Long Johnson and offering exclusive content to desperate women and men. You know, there's fucking weirdos out there. There's men who like men's Long Johnsons for some strange reason. And I say this because I don't want to ignore the elephant in the room, or rather the webcam. Because a lot of women aren't exactly using OnlyFans to showcase their knitting tutorials, you see. When you think OnlyFans, there is a reason why you're not picturing someone teaching algebra equations. There is a reason why you picture someone doing equations on camera, but with fewer clothes on and their pubic hair, and a lot more enthusiasm, let's say. I'm the type of guy to say things as they are. So I'm the type of guy to call a spade, right? Or in this case, I'm the type of guy to call a spade a subscription-based service. The line between sex work and content creation is blurrier than my vision after 3 tequila shots. At this point, people say, no, it's not prostitution because there's no physical interaction, Summer. Okay, I'm sorry. Selling boobs and ass pics online isn't exactly the same as selling homemade candles online, is it? Imagine being on a date with this fire cute girl you met at the mall the other day, right? And now you've reached the part of the conversation where you ask each other what you do for a living. And then you're like, well, I'm studying law in the University of Pretoria or something, right? Or I work at Nando's as a manager. Or I'm unemployed because we're South Africans. Or something like that, right? And then it's your turn to ask her and she's like, oh, I sell. Okay, what do you sell? Well, I sell exclusive content online. Could you be more specific, sweetie? And she's like, okay, OnlyFans. Now, you're not going to think, oh, she does like cooking tutorials and behind the scenes content or giving skincare advice to ladies who need it. No, you're thinking sex. She sells sex. She sells pics of parts of her body your partner should see and gets cash for it. If that is an online degeneracy and prostitution, then I don't know what is. Educate me. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm a little confused. Why do people pay for that? OnlyFans. Let me put you on game real quick, but you put me on game real quick for now. Why pay to see videos and pics of your tits when I can just log into Pornhub and watch Mia Khalifa instead? For free. And her tits are probably bigger than yours anyway, right? And she probably makes twice as much cash as you do, and I can watch her for free. It's confusing. Help me, I'm trying to understand something. Why pay to see your pubic hair when I can just log into Pornhub and see Lana Rhodes for free? Who I'll probably enjoy jerking off to more. Pardon my Greece, right? I'm sick as fuck, so excuse me when I stutter sometimes. I don't know, I'm confused. Like OnlyFans models, enlighten me. Why pay to see an exclusive video of you if I can just log into Pornhub and see the exclusive content of a hotter model for free? I'm not body shaming or anything. I'm just genuinely asking as a confused young man. Why pay to test drive a Toyota Corolla if I can just test drive the Lambo for free? Maybe it's the guys. Dudes, explain yourselves. You get this more than I do because you pay for it all the time. Tell me why you're paying to see a woman's spicy pics instead of getting a girlfriend or something. Right? And because of that, I want to share with you a nice story. Right? Let's call her Jessica Jess Thompson. The story of Jessica Jess Thompson, who decided to venture into the world of OnlyFans. And this isn't your success, your typical success story. Nah. This is the rise and fall of the feed pics queen. Right? She was your average millennial, unemployed, perpetually broke, and overdosing on an iced coffee while doom scrolling through Instagram. And then one fateful day, she saw a news headline: woman makes 50,000 rand a month selling feet pics on OnlyFans. 50,000 for toes. She was surprised, and then she was spilling her latte, and then she stared down at her own feet, right? And she wiggled her toes and went, people pay for this? Her toenails weren't perfect. One was still recovering from a bad pedicure, in fact. But hey, beauty is subjective, am I right, dudes? So Jessica was inspired, right? She said to herself, I'm going to make it big. No more awkward job interviews or selling old clothes on Facebook Marketplace. She was going to monetize her feet, as weird as that sounded. And after a long night of brainstorming, Jess settled on the username FeetPicsQueen69, and she wanted to keep it classy and spicy, so she created her OnlyFans profile, uploaded a few teaser shots of her feet, and then posted a caption: treat yourself to the royalty of feet pics, and then put a feet emoji there. 15 rand or $15 a month for exclusive content, right? And DM me for custom requests. It was a masterpiece, and Jessica went to bed feeling like an entrepreneur. Tomorrow, she would wake up rich. Or so she thought. Next morning, she logged in early, 0 subscribers, 0 likes, 0 messages. Okay, it's no big deal, right? It's just day 1. Rome wasn't built in a day. Women didn't start selling their feet and getting millions in a night. But by day 5, she still had no subscribers, and she was devastated. Didn't people get it? Her feet were cute. What the? She even bought fancy anklets to add a touch of that glam, you know. So desperate, she decided to up her marketing game. So she created this Instagram page at FeedPics69 naturally, and started following random people, hoping some would notice her art. And that's when DMs started to roll in. That's when the fuckers started coming around. That's when the creeps arrived. Her first message was from a guy named Big Toe Lover 69. Right? I'm just coming up with names on my head. And then he's like, hey, I'll pay you $50 if you step on a slice of cheesecake, right? And she stared at the message and she's like, what the fuck? Cheesecake. And then her mind flashed to a slice sitting in her fridge, right? Could she really step on it? $50 is $50, she whispered to herself. So she grabs the cheesecake from the fridge. She places it on the floor. And then she gingerly steps on it, cringing the entire time because it's so cold. And then after taking the picture, she sent it, got her payment, and then promptly blocked Big Toe Lover 69. That wasn't so bad, she thought. Little did she know her requests were going to get even darker. And because of that, over the next few weeks, Jess's subscriber count slowly grew. She hit 20 subscribers, then 50, and then 100. People were paying her to do bizarre things with their feet. Step on a jar of peanut butter. Write daddy on your big toe with a Sharpie. Dip your feet in spaghetti sauce and then wiggle your toes like they're dancing. She was making money, but her dignity was hanging by a thread. And her mom started asking why the kitchen was smelling like marinara sauce all the time. And Jess could only respond, don't worry about it, Mom. And Jess's big break came when someone requested a live-streamed foot yoga session. I know such a thing exists. For $200. All she had to do was flex her toes and stretch her feet for 30 minutes. Excited about the journey, she sets up her camera and then she goes live. But halfway through the stream, disaster struck, right? Mr. Whiskers, a hacker, decided it was the perfect time to knock her ring light, right? And then the camera tumbles, and then he hacks the camera, and then her face is revealed to all 12 viewers. And she screams, and then she turns it off, but it was too late. Within minutes, screenshots of her face were circulating Twitter. Jess's anonymousness was gone. She wasn't just Miss Feet Pics 69 anymore. She was now Jessica Thompson, the girl who sold spaghetti sauce feet pics online, and everyone knew her. And the internet never forgets, hey? The memes just came faster and faster, like Fast and the Furious, when you try to get rich quick but end up becoming the cheesecake foot girl. A photoshopped picture of her stepping on a giant pizza captioned, "The Jestalian cuisine." Her varsity classmates found out even, and her ex-boyfriend texted her like, so, how's life, Jess? And her mom, well, let's say their Christmas dinner was just awkward, okay? Determined to reclaim her reputation and her income, Jess decided to pivot. If people want to make fun of me, I'll own it, she thought. She started a new OnlyFans series called Weird Things I'd Step On. And it worked! She was just crushing random objects like balloons, jello, and even Lego pieces, and there was still some weirdo dudes paying for that. Surprisingly, it worked. People loved the comedic twist. She gained subscribers who appreciated her humor, and yes, her feet. And then for a while, it seemed like Jess might actually pull off a comeback. And then came her final downfall, the Mayo incident. What happened, you asked? Well, one day a subscriber requested a video of Jess pouring mayonnaise on her feet and rubbing it in. He offered $500. Easy money, Jess thought. And then she bought a giant jar of mayo, set up the camera, and then got to work. But halfway through filming, her mom walked in. Jessica, what are you doing? She was caught red-handed, or rather mayo-footed, and she froze. Jess froze. Her mom screamed. The mayo slipped out of her hand and landed with a splat. It was chaos. And that was the day Jess decided to retire from OnlyFans. She couldn't handle the embarrassment anymore. She deleted her account, donated her ring light to charity, and swore off mayonnaise forever. No amount of money could get her back. Now looking back, Jess didn't regret her journey. Sure, it was weird and it was messy, a little perverted, and involved way too much food. But it taught her a valuable lesson. Not all rich quick schemes are worth it, right? Today, Jess works a regular job at a coffee shop, in case you're wondering. And occasionally, she gets recognized as Feed Pics Queen 69. They're like, oh, hey, you're that girl. But she's learned to laugh about it at this point. No one's going to forget. After all, not everyone can say they made $12,000 online stepping on a cheesecake. So this story actually reminds me of my toxic girlfriend. Toxic. We'd argue all the time. And one call, we argued again. And to ease the tension, after a long pause from the phone, you know, like when you're on the phone but it's just pausing, you guys are just mising each other. And she's like, I have a dog now, you know, to break the silence. And I was still so mad. So I said, is it a male or a female dog? And she's like, oh, it's a girl puppy. And I'm like, but you live there though. Isn't one bitch in the house enough? Or maybe she's better than you. Unlike you, she's not all bark and no bite, right? Maybe people actually enjoy being around her. And then she was like, how could you say that? And I just remember being silent and just doing this to myself in the mirror. It's life. But here's what's wild though. We've normalized OnlyFans so much now. Kids are aspiring to be content creators like it's a regular job. Imagine career day at school and then you are a father asking your daughter, so Sally, what do you want to be when you grow up? And Sally, little Sally, your daughter says, I want to be a doctor. And then you ask your son, Tommy, what do you want to be? And Tommy's like, I want to be a lawyer, Dad. And then you ask Jessica, your youngest daughter, and she's like, I want to sell pictures of my toes for $99 a month. That's not even the saddest part. You want to know what the saddest part is? That little girl, Jessica's career might actually pay off more than Tommy's law degree. I don't know why, but men now prefer buying spicy pics of women than actually getting a partner and being stable in life. Don't believe me? Okay, ask a male friend of yours. Ask them, have you ever paid for sex or OnlyFans or anything like that? And if they're a good friend, they will be honest with you. And if they're honest with you, 99.9% of the time they will say, yes, I have. I'm sorry, I can't get over this. This is so confusing. Dude, just log into Pornhub and search Tiana Trump, jerk off, post nut clarity, go to church, repent, and the case is closed. Why pay to do all of that? Why pay to fap? It's crazy. You know I'm a fair guy, so let's be fair. Not all doom is gloom, right? OnlyFans has created millionaires. They're out here making 6 figures a month. Meanwhile, the rest of us are budgeting between Maggie noodles and paying rent. Unfair world we live in, am I right? It's like a digital version of the Hunger Games. But this time, the only currency is how willing are you to bear it all? How willing are you to sell yourself like that, you know? And, sorry, my hand is so tired. And it's not just women doing it though. There are some fucking weirdos in this world. Men on OnlyFans, oh yeah, they exist. Oh, they hella exist, like unicorns or affordable housing. But let's face it, the demand isn't quite the same. No one is paying premium rates to see Dave go shirtless and show his smelly chest hairs in his living room, right? It's a woman's game. And men are just the wallets funding it. Which is actually sad, because what that tells me is that there's a lot of desperate young men out there willing to pay to feel like they mean something. You could say women are out there securing the bag, But let's face it, the bag is really just some guy named Steve out there with a credit card and too much free time. He's not gonna pay for a gym membership or to improve himself or read books or get an actual date or buy his mom something. Nah, he'd rather pay to see exclusive pics of women who couldn't care less if he had a heart attack tomorrow. But Summer, she DMs me every day. Every day when I pay. Of course she does, buddy. You paid. You think I have to pay to DM her? Open your eyes, man. You're a moron. You're a freak. You pay for bodily pleasures. Shame on you. And if you actually think she cares because you paid, well, congratulations. You played yourself. Because if she actually cared, would she actually make you pay to talk to her? Do you think I pay to talk to the ladies I talk to? Don't be a desperate loser, dude. So, what does the rise of OnlyFans mean for society? Progress or regression? Content creation or online prostitution? Red or blue? A platform for self-expression or just a high-tech strip club? Maybe it's all of the above. One thing's for sure though, we're living in an era where your career path can involve college, internships, and hard work. Or a ring light camera and the phrase DM me for my link, wink. Look, I ain't judging nobody, I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Fully clothed, might I add. So hey, if you're the type of dude who likes online pussy, then hey, that's cool. Like, I'm just saying, there's dudes out there who prefer it real. And if you're willing to pay for that, rather than just logging into Brazos or Pornhub or something to get better models, then okay. Different tastes for different pastes, right? Different strokes for different folks.